Hi there. Welcome to Caves of Cud. I'm Grimith. I've been playing this game off and on for the past 8 years now. I've recorded a video of it before on my channel, that was in December 2016, a little tutorial man guide to show one way of surviving the opening areas of this game. Plenty of feature Fridays since then, regular updates for the game every Friday, consistent. Game has certainly changed, but the foundation of it remains the same. If you're unfamiliar with Caves of Cud, role-playing game. Dungeon crawler with exploration elements, nice character development, skill chains, permanent death. Sound and music in the game isn't much. We'll have that play in the background anyway to tickle your ears, and mine as well, I suppose. But the meat of the game is exploring, of delving into the world that was, and trying to survive the world it has become. Some rude things in the game. Plenty of rude things, actually. But we'll make do. Probably. I do understand a bit of what I'm doing. I played 2 characters before starting the series. One just through opening quests, and one exploring the world a bit better. Found some nice items, some cool loot, tested out a few different ideas. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll be creating a new character, who will be a mutated human. If you're new to Caves of Cud, I would recommend playing True Kin. A mutated human's primary strength is in mutations, and you could seriously gimp yourself to pick horrible things that don't work well for the opening game or what you're trying to do with your character design, and just horrifically tank. True Kin don't have to concern themselves with mutations. They get access to cybernetics, which mutated humans don't. I've seen some of those cyber mods. I've picked them up in my gameplay and been like, man, those would be cool to equip. But we're not aristocrats as mutated humans. We can't have nice things. They also have nice devices, which Stilgar, one of my test characters, found an ontological anchor to defend themselves against espers. More on those in a bit. We've got character attributes, ability scores, strength, agility, toughness, intelligence, willpower, and ego. For this character, we're going to be investing in all the other attributes except for ego. Ego is primarily for mental mutations. It's also for haggling with merchants. We're going to find plenty of loot to sell. Our ego will be buffed over the course of leveling up, and also by getting items to buff up our ego. Not a concern. We will be increasing everything else, though. Willpower, for ability cooldowns, for mental defense, and for hit point regeneration. That goes to 18. You'll notice that it now takes 2 points to augment. We've got intelligence, which is for getting skill points, and for examining the artifacts we'll find. That also goes to 18. We have toughness for hit points, regeneration rate, and resistances. That'll go up to 20. Agility for melee and ranged accuracy and dodging, that goes to 18. And strength for attack penetration, carrying capacity, melee damage, that goes to 18. Well-rounded character with a bit of extra toughness, and gimped ego. Again, not that relevant, that ego. Primary feature of being a mutated human is these mutations. You can specialize yourself as either a chimera or an esper. Chimeras with only physical mutations, espers with only mental mutations. Espers are... If you're familiar with the Warhammer 40k universe, psychers, and how immensely dangerous they can be, how powerful they are, that's effectively what an esper can be. Just utterly obliterate and annihilate everything around them, and draw attention to themselves in the process as they become more and more powerful. Yeah. Espers are bad news. We're not going to invest ourselves in either of these morphotypes. We'll keep our options open. There's Unstable Genome. I've played with that before in the past. It's fun. Just take a spin on the Wheel of Chaos. We'll just see what you end up with. Good times, but I won't be messing with it now. Then you have your physical mutations, each with their own cost. We start with 12 mutation points. A whole slew of them. We have our physical defects, of which there are several, to give you extra mutation points. You can only have one defect. You can have a beak. You can have brittle bones. Then there's mental mutations for you to manipulate and control the world around you with your mind. Physical mutations aren't impacted by any of the attribute scores. Mental mutations are impacted by the ego attribute. The higher your ego, the stronger your mental mutations are. And then you have mental defects. Not that many compared to physical defects. We are going to primarily have physical mutations. But we'll have a mental defect. It's got to be a fun one. Evil Twin. Acting on some inscrutable impulse, a parallel version of yourself travels through space and time to destroy you. Each time you embark on a new location, there is a small chance that a parallel version of yourself has tracked you down and attempts to destroy you. Evil Twins start with all of your mutations. They start with the equipment that you have on your person, like actually equipped, and they have your consumables. So, like salve injectors, or Hulk honey injectors, Uber Nostrum injectors, healing items. Again, like your mutations, and mutations that you may have through your items, like perfect copies of your equipment. Killing them only gets you 10 XP, and they don't drop any of your equipment. They can be incredibly dangerous. Depends on how dangerous you are to yourself. You could go hours of gameplay, thousands of turns, without seeing your evil twin. Or you could have them appear repeatedly. This one's fun. It's good times. There's even an achievement of the game for being killed by your evil twin. One that I pursued. For mental mutations, I am going to be picking up a relatively cheap one, Mental Mirror. You reflect mental attacks back at your attackers. We're going to have one mirror, like one reflection. Our ego score is GIMP, so it's not going to give us any more freebies. But we'll be able to invest points as we level up into increasing our mental mirror. It's not a priority for me, but I do like picking up a level for this. That's not what I meant to press. There we go. This serves as a nice warning system for when I'm moving and exploring around, and there's an Esper around that I wasn't aware of who takes a pot shot at me. This mental mirror will rebound the attack at them. They'll be hit by it, whether it's a direct damage or whether it's say a confusion. It's really nice to confuse opponents who are going to confuse you, especially if they're horrible goat folk people named Mammon Soul Drinker. More on that potentially later. Yeah, now, your own opponents can have Mental Mirror, and that ends up rebounding the rebound back at you, and it keeps going until the mirror shatters for someone. Still, it's 2 points, it's a nice survival ability, nice warning system. We're rolling with it. It's the only mental mutation we're picking up here. For physical mutations, we are going to be taking Freezing Hands, Jets of Frost from your hands. Note that Flaming Hands cost the same. It deals a little bit more damage. Fire in this game will set equipment on fire. All the valuable loot you are going to wield or sell will also superheat water into steam, which can really cook your enemies alive and kill them quickly. It can also cook you alive. Freezing Hands doesn't really have that horrid impact towards equipment or you. It grants you action economy, better advantage as you slow down your enemies or outright freeze them. It means that we can't wear gloves on that hand slot, but that's okay. because we're going to be taking multiple arms. We'll have an extra set of arms, which means another pair of hands, which we can use to wear gloves. You can have multiple limbs in this game, and gear that you equip on those multiple limbs, like bonus armor or dodge, will average out across all the limbs, but any other special benefits that you get aren't averaged or diluted out. So we'll be able to wear a nice set of gloves with these multiple arms. In addition, we'll be able to deliver additional melee attacks. Slight chance of that whenever we make melee attacks. With 4 other remaining points, the other thing we're going to be grabbing is Heightened Quickness. We are gifted with tremendous speed, but though it comes at the cost of your vitality. Quickness, so all of your actions in this game consume a certain amount of energy. There's like a movement speed variable, and then there's like an actual quickness thing. This effectively gives you more actions than your opponent by improving your quickness, and it's hard to increase. Toughness, we've covered that earlier. Influences hit points, regeneration rate, resistance to disease, but this quickness is just too valuable, so we'll be grabbing that. And as we level up, I am going to emphasize Freezing Hands, as well as Heightened Quickness. Multiple arms, I'm just only bringing that to have an extra set of arms. There we go, that's the character. Starting calling here as a mutated human. I haven't rolled with anything else in a long time than Nomad. Nomad starts with +2 toughness. They get a recycling suit, which is a wonderful piece of starting armor. They have some nice starting skills. The Harvestry is less valuable at the start, but it's still nice to have. And there's others, but we're not going to even bother looking at them. I am a Nomad. Ta-da! Freezing Hands, Heightened Quickness, multiple arms, Mental Mirror, Evil Twin. Toughness, I got +2 from my calling. I have -1 from Heightened Quickness. Yeah, that's our character build. 21 starting hit points. There's different starting locations in this game. This was added in the middle of last year. We're just going to be starting in Joppa, recommended for new players. These random villages are generated, but their quest chains, from my understanding, will link up with the main quest line. What is your name? Let's see here. We'll say... Tutorial Man 2. The second. Esquire. Instead of another Frank Herbert Dune reference, you embark for the Caves of Cud. On the 27th of this month, you arrive at the Oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of the Great Salt Desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to grows of Viridian water vine. There are huts wrought from rock salt and brine stalk. On the horizon, Cud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribboned sky. This is our interface. It's certainly changed over the years. This is my preference from the various interface options. I'm not too much of a fan of the log, how it is, but it's the best of all the different things. You get a nice view of the screen, instead of having a huge chunk of it taken up by stat blocks. Various attributes over at the top are quickness, movement speed, armor value, dodge value, mental armor, time, our carrying capacity, our hunger, and thirst. We're quenched and sated. Okay. Freezing Hands is on number 1. That's what I like to see. We don't need to press that. Mental Mirror will be used automatically. Making camp, sprinting. Harvest plants is automatically toggled on so long as I'm not under threat. Inventory screen, we start with some salt hopper chips. Food and water is a bit different than how it used to be, because you can set up camps to convert things into cooking ingredients that you then end up using in meals, which can provide various bonuses to your character. We have a ton of unburned torches. We start with water. Water is currency in this game. It's a trade good. 1 dram of water is $1. We have our recycling suit, made of extremely durable, rubbery, dark material, which slowly filter water the suit collects from your sweaty, overworked body, along with 4 drams. We have 3 armor value from this. We're going to be pouring that water into the canteen. We've got some goggles that protect against visual flash effects. We have a Desert Kriss, 2 fists, a lit torch, and then our icy vapor on our hands, Ghostly Mist. Stat screen shows off active effects, shows off current resistance values, where you can spend attribute points and mutation points. Here's our skill list. We start with Harvestry, which is something that you can learn in this game from this village through a water ritual. More on that probably not in this video. Cooking and Gathering, as mentioned just a short time ago, exists in the game, where you can have meal preparation if you just pick up the opener of Cooking and Gathering to cook from recipes. This would also be how you access Butchery to get a bunch of fresh ingredients from animals. Gone is just devouring corpses as you go in the game. Unless you're a carnivore mutation, they can make you sick. We also start with the Weathered skill. We take less damage from heating and cooling effects, and changing temperature effects are reduced for us. As a Wayfarer, we can make camp for cooking meals and preserving foods. We also have a Mind's Compass to reduce the chance of getting lost, and we travel more quickly. And we have Wilderness Lore with Assault Pants. Those are our skills. No tinkering skill yet. We don't have any awesome, sweet, juicy lore yet. That's it. Oh yes, and our reputation screen with various factions. There's a lot of different factions. Currently with the Village of Joppa, they don't care about us, but aggressive ones will attack us. They're interested in sharing secrets about apple farms, pig farms, a sultan they worship, and locations of the Salt Marsh. And there's other things they want to know more about. Gossip that's about them. Our quest screen. There you go. Looking around, we have Mehmet here. Some various water vine farmers. They have some equipment. We have Tam, a Dromad merchant over there. We have the Warden, who basically serves as the protector for this village. Got a weird artifact, some icy vapor of their own. Whew. Yeah, icy vapor of his own. Glow sphere. Rated impossible for us to defeat. Let's go ahead and speak with Mehmet. Live and drink. What can you tell me about this village? Should speak with the elder. Oh, but we're interested in work. The critters are eating the water vine, so we need to investigate, or we will be investigating this. And we should perhaps head towards Red Rock. We'll do that. What's eating the water vine? There's water vine for us to harvest right around here. Vine wafers for us. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We've got this Zealot of the 6-Day Stilt. And we should seek out. Release yourself from the burden that Chrome bears on your sickly flesh. Well, what waits for me there? Deliverance for all pilgrims. You'll be among friends. Very well. I will one day make this journey and see this locale for myself. Cast down your artifacts. You are not worthy of their make. Here's the Warden. Very friendly. There's a cat that mills about around the village. Over here we have a shrine that the auto look doesn't immediately want to select. Here we go. Which, looking at, gets us a location. And a quest to visit that location. Thank you, selection system. Plenty of lore items, like you look at painted things, you look at statues, you'll get little pieces of lore, and you can end up trading as secrets to certain characters in these water rituals. in exchange for various boons from them. Alright, and then we have the Elder himself. Admired by the Dromad merchants for pouring asphalt on one of their enemies. Nice. Live and drink, Wayfarer. Welcome to the Oasis of Joppa. What can you tell me about it? Just a community of water vine farmers. Nice little oasis. Cud, this locale that we will be venturing further into, is a strange and terrifying mess. But it holds innumerable, priceless relics of the past that we can find and make our own. Live and drink, Elder. We have no quarrel with you. But we will be availing ourselves to wonderful prizes like 2 wine wafers within the village. Closing the doors important so they don't see my terrible crime. 2 more vine wafers and a copper nugget. Not a great haul from these chests. There's the cat. Meow. Welcome to the hands of friends and strangers alike. And that's great, because we have 4 hands. And this final chest. Ah, no weird artifacts for us at all. Very well. Speak with Tam, the Dromad merchant. The Dromad, a salt strider. Trading, we don't have that much to trade. Our prices for purchasing are very high, and our prices for selling are very low unless they're trade goods. Trade goods keep consistent value. Tam has plenty of weird artifacts, a mixture of grenades, and probably like a few injectors in there. A book, some food, some alright gear, steel short sword, carbide battle axe. 2 drams of slime in that, copper nugget. I won't be purchasing anything in this, except for, I think I'll even leave the copper nuggets alone for now. There's nothing I want to buy. Nothing I will sell either, he says, as he considers getting rid of a few of these torches and picking up a copper nugget. And to even out the balance, 2 shotgun shells. We'll pony up 6 drams of water, carry that copper nugget. That's 1 pound of weight for $10 instead of carrying the water around. Live and drink. Sign here, salt sundries. More vine wafer up there for us to harvest, but we'll be leaving that alone for now. Come on over here. Glowfish lurking around in the depths. So majestic. Over here we have the Go Away sign. And Argive. Who is very absorbed in his current work. Once a knickknack. From somewhere around here. Right to Rustwell's, just east. For these knickknacks. When you give our guy the knickknack, a weird artifact that you've identified, he'll want another one. And then after that, then he'll send you on another quest. And once you're done, he'll send you on another one. Always loves to keep people busy. I'll stand here to reveal this small crack leading down into the earth. We'll leave that alone. And, just interact with the salty water here. Just to pick up some of it and pour it onto the ground. We'll say... there. Would you like some salt? Salt to add simple taste-based effects to cooked meals. Our character can't cook. But hey, there's some salt if we were cooking. We just wanted to play around with that, but we'd have to invest the skill points to grab ourselves meal prep. If you luck out and have 2 artifacts to trade to Archive, you can leave here level 2. We will not be leaving here level 2. We don't have a single artifact, and there's no other chests that we are going to be stealing from. You can move things and finagle them around, but we'll be leaving the rest of this stuff alone. Just those 3 isolated ones. Pick up a little bit more Vine Wafer for our troubles, and we'll be heading off east. There's a world map. Gotta look around, see the sights, the beautiful sights of Cud. We're here in Joppa. Over here are the Salt Dunes. Far to the northwest, the 6-day stilt. We have requests to go to that area. Let's see, there is the Bygone Home of Astronomers, a location we learned from the shrine that's in Joppa. We have Red Rock over here. To the east, which we'll be heading towards first, we have the Rustwells. This nice little rusted archway. We've got Grit Gate. It's a great place, Golgotha. That's a locale where dreams go to die and runs. Bethesda Susa. Nice little jungle here of ape god worshippers and their giant mushroom dwellings. Some other ruins out in the area, the Tomb of the Eaters. Places that we will find as we go through. Far here to the east, the Deathlands, where the Chrome Pyramids dwell. I'm sure they are just as fiendish as they were from years back, if not more so. There's your little primer into Caves of Cud. Spent a lot of time yammering, talking with folks, visiting, teasing where the road's gonna take us. Next time, we move out and see what we can do about finding a knick-knack or 2.